Hi, everybody. Welcome to English Digest. I'm Stephanie.
I'm Tom.
Hey, it's our environment unit, meaning we're going to talk about our environment, which we all dearly love and we want to try to protect. We want to have clean air, clean soil. It seems like each day as we go along, we get dirtier soil and dirtier air. It's pretty discouraging for a lot of us out here or out there. Who are watching things happen. We're going to talk about, though, how some corporations are using our really, noble desire of having a good environment and trying to keep it clean. They're using that to cheat us, to make more money, and lying to us at the same time. I have to warn you guys out there, if you think your corporations out there are being trustworthy and people that you can trust, you need to actually open up your eyes. Our government is as well. So you need to do the research. So if you'd like to support a particular company, do some digging. Find out if they really are who they say they are.
That's what this article is all about, and that's about the concept of greenwashing.
Yeah.
And we've got these marketing tactics that harm the planet. So let's find out what this is all about. Let's read through the entire contents of our lesson right now. Due to climate change, an increasing number of people are making efforts to lessen their impact on the planet. It's not surprising that in the last few years, we've seen a rise in reusable cups and straws and a move away from single-use plastics. Statistics reveal that 66% of people would spend more on a product if it were eco-friendly. Unfortunately, corporations have taken advantage of this shift in the market. Greenwashing means products are marketed as environmentally friendly when in fact they are not. It's simply a marketing tactic that misleads consumers into spending more money. It's also used when a corporation releases an eco-friendly version of a product that in reality is not actually eco-friendly. An example of this would be H&M. It uses green-colored tags for its more expensive Conscious collection. However, the claims that less water was used in the production of the clothes were found to be false. A lawsuit and investigation have been issued against H&M and this collection for use of deceptive and unethical business practices. Another example of greenwashing is companies making claims without showing any kind of action. In 2018, it was reported that Nestle aims to have all its packaging be 100% recyclable or reusable by 2025. The same year it announced this intention, however, Nestle was named one of the top plastic polluters in the world. The company was criticized harshly for launching marketing campaigns instead of altering any of their packaging. The best way to avoid falling victim to greenwashing is to buy from smaller local companies and search for stores that offer zero-waste options. Be wary of green-colored packaging and buzzwords like all-natural, organic, and even biodegradable. Now more than ever, consumers need to research and be cautious of what companies they're supporting when purchasing a product. We must all work together toward a genuinely green future.
Okay, folks, I thought the title was really great, greenwashing, although I haven't heard this phrase or seen it yet out there in the media. This word is actually a take off the phrase or the term whitewashing, which we have been using for a long time in English. Whitewashing just means someone is actually trying to cover up something that they've done wrong or something bad that's happened. They want to whitewash it. You could talk about how maybe a company says that they are trying to treat their employees fair, but then you find out that they're actually producing their product in a country that hires children to work in their factory. So if they're whitewashing things, they're trying to cover up that fact and make you believe that they really are a good company. Greenwashing is just a different version of that. We're talking about companies covering up the wrongdoing they're doing, at the same time trying to pretend that they care about the environment. They're doing things that are bad for the environment, although that's the opposite of what they're telling you they're doing. They say, oh, I'm doing all these good things to protect the planet.
There might be some companies who are actually sincere in their efforts to protect the environment, but you still need to be wary of those companies who are trying to deceive us.
Yeah.
So yes, it's based on the word whitewash. And when we talk about things green, of course, we're talking about being eco-friendly, friendly to the environment, not polluting, using renewable energy sources and things like that. So greenwashing, again, is, as you described there, companies trying to look like they're caring about the environment, but they really aren't. And we're talking about their marketing tactics that harm the planet. Tactic here, as a noun, just refers to special ways you do something, special strategies you use.
You can use different tactics for different things. You can have marketing tactics. You can have military tactics. It's an interesting word because it's similar to strategy, although strategy can be used in a non-count way. Marketing strategy or marketing strategies. You can make it plural as well, but tactics is countable. So these marketing tactics or actions that they're taking, they're actually harming the planet. So due to climate change, an increasing number of people are making efforts to lessen their impact on the planet. If you lessen something, you reduce it. Some of these words we can change into verbs. So less is an adverb, but if you put an en on it, turns it into a verb. So just reduces or diminishes something. So maybe you want to lessen your eating of a certain type of food. I'm thinking of drinking something. I love pop. I love soda pop, and it's not good for you because it has sugar in it. So I'm trying to lessen the number of cans of soda pop I drink per week. So that's my goal. You can lessen anything just by reducing whatever you're doing.
Or maybe the government is trying to lessen the gap between the rich and the poor. So, of course, lots of people want to lessen their impact on the planet so that they're not polluting so much and they're not hurting the earth so much. And it's not surprising that in the last few years, we've seen a rise in reusable cups and straws and a move away from single-use plastics. That, of course, is very convenient if you want to go buy yourself a drink at a drink stand. Well, just, have them give you a plastic cup, then you use it once, and then you just throw it away. That's single-use plastic. You only use it once. And the straws are also single-use. And, of course, we had a rise in reusable cups. Sometimes these drink stores will give you a slight discount if you bring in your own thermos or your own flask, for example, or your own cup or whatever.
Yeah.
And, there's nothing wrong with that.
Kind of nice, yeah.
Indeed. And so we're trying to use less and less of those single-use plastics. And statistics revealed that 66% of people would spend more on a product if it were eco-friendly. So I suppose they conducted some kind of poll and said, hey, if a cup cost you more money at a drink store, but it's going to save the environment, it's biodegradable or whatever, would you be willing to pay that extra $5 NT? And 66% of people said, yes, I would. I am concerned about the environment. I would go ahead and spend a little bit more money if it means protecting the environment.
Right. If you're working in a business, we call those marketing surveys. The marketing department will survey a group of people, and then they will analyze the data that they get, and they'll send the analysis out to the company, and then the product manager will make a decision, or maybe it has to go further up the chain of command. Maybe the CEO or the guy over marketing in general will make a decision based on the analysis they get back. So they'll often do these surveys and get statistics. Those are the numbers of people that like or prefer a certain thing, whatever they're surveying them on. So unfortunately, it says corporations have taken advantage of this shift in the market. There's been a change in the market towards producing more items that are eco-friendly. So, of course, there are good companies and bad companies out there. If there's a a way to make more money by cheating people, a lot of these corporations will go ahead and take that particular path, unfortunately. We find that to be true in any industry. You got to be aware of the companies you're supporting. So that's what we're doing today. We're kind of warning everybody out there to make sure you look into the company's background, make sure that they're doing what they say they're doing. I discovered years ago that a lot of these charities that we give money to actually aren't spending the money we donate on the people they say who are in need. They're using the money to fund their own salaries. So be careful with how you spend your money.
Yep, you need to do your research and get some information from reliable sources, although sometimes those sources themselves are not reliable. So, gee, what do you do?
Don't always trust your government either. They can be as unworthy of trust as any corporation.
Okay, that brings us to the midway point of our explanation for today. Let's take a break now and listen to our Chinese teacher.Hello
everyone, 我是派老师。今天讲解的是6月19号 Unit 10 greenwashing marketing tactics that harm the planet。这个单元是文艺选填的练习题，内容跟漂绿 greenwashing 有关。台湾真的在过去几十年来进步很多，现在大家都会在意自己的消费行为会不会对地球环境生态造成负面影响。不过很多无良商人也看准这个商机，假环保之名行高价销售之实。这就是一种 greenwashing 漂绿的行为。我们在主体解说前，老师要提醒大家，答题的时候要先看有哪些选项可选，把这些选项的词性大致上标出来。虽然有些字不止一种词性，不过我们根据句子的结构可以判断这一个空格应该要填入什么词性的动词，再根据前后文意去找出正确选项，这样子答题会比较有效率。那我们现在一起来解题。请看第一题，前文提到，由于气候变迁，越来越多人努力减轻对地球的影响。接着，请直接看第一题的题干，空格前面有不定冠词 a 或者 n， 所以只能够从选项中找出单数可数名词，再根据前后文做筛选。第一题正确答案是 B rise， 意思是过去几年可以看到环保杯和吸管用量增加，塑胶制品用量下降。
We're going to take a quick break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, everybody. Let's continue talking about greenwashing. And these are tactics, marketing tactics that harm the planet instead of helping the planet. And here in the second paragraph, we actually tell you what greenwashing means. Greenwashing means products are marketed as environmentally friendly when in fact they are not. So if you go to the store and you buy a product and you look at the label, it says, oh, this is environmentally friendly. It's good for the environment. It's biodegradable. It's organic or whatever. But in fact, they actually don't really help the environment at all.You
could also, in that sentence, substitute in fact for in reality, or when really they are not, or when we often will use that when in fact, when in reality, what's actually the case, they aren't. So it's simply a marketing tactic that misleads. So it misleads consumers into spending more money.We're all consumers. If you buy products, if you use products, if you are actually eating products, you can consume food and drink. Here we're just talking about people who are willing to take their hard-earned money and buy products that they think will help the environment or hurt it less than other products.When in reality, they're being lied to, they're being cheated. So it's also used when a corporation releases an eco-friendly version of a product. Here we're using the word release to talk about it being put on the market for sale. So it's first released to the market, and it's supposed to be an eco-friendly version of a product, but here's the in reality, see we're using that here, it's not actually eco-friendly, it's just the opposite, it hurts the environment. We use version to talk about different different aspects or earlier forms of something. We use version to talk about software. Which version of the software are you using? Do you have the most recent version or do you have an old version? This particular product is supposed to be an updated, eco-friendly version, but we find out it is not.
Right, so they've got one product that is not environmentally friendly, then they say they've got another one that is eco-friendly, but it's not really. Something related to this is the use of paper bags and plastic bags. Some people may say, hey, we're environmentally friendly because we use paper bags instead of plastic bags, but of course it takes a lot of energy to produce paper. You have to cut down a lot of trees to do that, so that's not necessarily a better thing to do than to use plastic bags. So this is kind of similar to that. A company will release an eco-friendly version of a product, and it's not actually eco-friendly. An example of this would be the company H&M. I think that's a fashion company. Do they do fast fashion or something like that?
Yeah, it's a British company, H&M.
Okay.
It's fast fashion. We have them here, actually, in Taiwan.
We do, and this particular company uses green-colored tags for its more expensive conscious collection. So if you go into H&M and you're shopping around, you'll see some items on the racks that have green tags on them, and then you'll know, oh, this eco-friendly product. It's the conscious collection. That's what they call it. They have different kinds of clothes that they release and try to sell to the public. This is our latest fall collection, for example. This is the conscious collection. If you buy this, boy, can you feel good about helping the environment.
Yeah, your conscience, conscious here just means you're aware of something, and they're trying to use that word to talk about being aware of the environment, caring. Oh, I care. But they're actually just fooling you. What's better if you're really serious about this, at least in terms of fashion, you just need to buy fewer clothes. And that's been hard for me. I love to keep buying clothes. Clothes are fun for women especially, and for some of the guys out there who love fashion. But to be honest, it's causing a lot of pollution, and it's not a good thing for our planet. So the claims behind this particular line of clothing are false. Somebody actually went out there. We used to have more investigative reporters. Nowadays, we have very few people who are actually going out there and getting the news. They're just relying on, social media posting, which is crazy. But they went out and traced the production of the clothes, and they found that these were not environmentally friendly clothes. So it's actually a lie. It was labeled false. So a lawsuit and investigation have been issued against H&M and this collection for use of deceptive and unethical business practices. So a lawsuit, they're taking them to court. They're suing them and saying, hey, I bought these clothes. They're not environmentally friendly at all. If you have an investigation, it could be the police who are investigating something, or it could be a private investigator, or it could be people out there who just care and they go out there and try to dig up the facts about something. Nowadays, it seems like we need to rely more on independent reporters who are actually going out there and checking into things. To have an investigation, which is the noun form of the word, you need to investigate. Or to check something out, you're looking into something more formally. Maybe you're looking at clues, at evidence, and then you put them together and come to a conclusion after your investigation is over.
Right, so the investigation and the lawsuit, they have been issued against H&M. They've been served against H&M. They have gone after them and showed H&M, this is what we're doing. You need to answer our questions or you're going to be in trouble. And we're talking about issuing this investigation against them for use of deceptive and unethical business practices. If something's deceptive, it fools you. You believe it in one way when it's actually truth in another way. Now, here in the next paragraph, it says, another example of greenwashing is companies making claims without showing any kind of action. So that's a different kind of greenwashing. They basically claim something, but they don't actually show you what they've done. In 2018, it was reported that Nestle aims to have all its packaging be 100% recyclable or reusable by 2025. So as you know, Nestle produces various products, and when you sell those products, of course, you have to have them in packages. So the general concept is packaging. So they're talking about all of their packaging. They want them to be 100% recyclable by 2025 or reusable instead of how most packages are. You just open the package, you consume the product inside them, and then you just throw the package away. It's probably just plastic and it goes to the incinerator.
Yeah, they were saying that this was something they were taking action on. Well, the same year they announced this, it was announced that Nestle was one of the top plastic polluters in the whole world. So there you have it. They're telling you one thing and doing something behind the scenes where you can't see unless you look more closely. The company was criticized harshly for launching marketing campaigns instead of actually doing something, altering any of their packaging, which they did not. If you're criticized harshly here is a word that just means very severely. Someone's being very unpleasant with you. But sometimes some of these companies, they deserve to be criticized harshly. If you speak harshly to somebody, you have kind of a mean tone. You're being really rough on them. We never like to have people speak harshly to us, but companies deserve criticism like this if they're lying. They were criticized harshly for launching marketing campaigns. Campaign is just a series of actions designed to result in some sort of objective. Maybe you have a marketing campaign where you want to increase your sales. If you have a military campaign, you have some actions where you want to defeat your enemy. Or maybe you have a political campaign. You're taking part, trying to get somebody elected to office. Moving on to the final paragraph, the best way to avoid falling victim to greenwashing is to buy from smaller local companies. Search for stores that offer zero waste options. That's a good idea. Be wary of green-colored packaging and buzzwords. They like to use words like all natural, organic, and even biodegradable. These are buzzwords, words we use to represent something that's kind of popular nowadays. Organic, of course, they don't use pesticides or chemicals, supposedly. If it's biodegradable, it just doesn't have to be burned or buried. It can just, over time, go back to its natural elements, which should be part of the soil, or organic elements. Now, more than ever, consumers need to research and be cautious of what companies they're supporting when purchasing a product. This is great advice.
And we must all work together toward a genuinely green future. If something's genuine, it's real, it's not fake, we're not being deceived. And, of course, this is being used as an adverb here. We're working toward this genuinely green future, so in the future, again, we won't be harming the environment, and the products we buy will be sold to us in packaging that actually is biodegradable and actually can be reused, and it doesn't harm the environment. Okay, that brings us to the end of our discussion for today. Let's listen now to our Chinese teacher.
请看到第二段第一句，漂绿意味着商品上市包装得很环保，但实际上并非如此。紧接着，请看第二题。这只是一种行销伎俩，空格，消费者花更多钱。空格前是关系代名词 that， 代替先行词 marketing tactic， 是关系子句里的主词。空格后面是 consumers， 消费者作为受词。关系子句里没有动词，所以我们要找个及物动词，而且要配合第三人称单数的主词做变化，加上 s， 再用前后文文意筛选。因此，第二题正确答案是 E misleads 误导，意思是这只是行销伎俩，误导消费者花更多钱。再来，紧接着请看第三题，空格前有个副词连接词 when 引导 a corporation 这个子句，问题是这个子句只有主词 a corporation 和 an eco-friendly version of a product 这个受词，我们要找及物动词。而且要配合第三人称单数的主词做变化，加上 s， 再用前后文文意筛选。因此，第三题正确答案是 H releases 发售，表示还有一种漂绿的情况， 就是企业发售环保产品，但实际上却不环保。接着同一段 H&M 就是一个例子，他们有个昂贵的 Conscious 系列，使用绿色标签标示，宣称衣服生产过程中用水量比较低，不过却被抓到用水量根本没有比较低。第4题，空格前面是对等连接词 and 前面是 deceptive 欺骗的，它是形容词，两边的词性应该对等，所以要在选项里找形容词，再用文意确认。所以第4题答案选 F unethical 不道德的，表示针对 H&M 和这个系列商品使用欺骗不道德的商业操作，主管机关已经展开诉讼和调查了。紧接着是第5题，另外一种漂绿的做法是公司吹嘘了一大堆，却没有行动。好，空格前面是 without 这个介系词，后面的动词就必须要加上 ing 做变化，再以前后文筛选。第5题选 C showing， 表示有些漂绿的企业只出一张嘴，什么实际的行动都没有。具体案例就是雀巢。再来我们看第6题，空格前是指示形容词 this， 后面需要单数名词，再以前后文筛选，因此第6题选 J intention 打算，表示2018年雀巢对外公布有以上的打算，不过却被点名制造了全球前几大的塑胶污染。接着请看第7题，我说过 be 动词之后常加上过去分词，表示被动语态。我们接着用文意筛选，所以第7题答案选 A criticize 批评，表示雀巢受到严厉批评，他们只是在做行销，包装并没有任何实质改变。接着请看第8题，空格前是关系代名词 that 代替先行词 stores， 是空格后关系子句里的主词，空格后面是 zero waste options 零废去选项，作为受词，关系子句里没有动词，所以我们要找个及物动词，再用前后文文意筛选。所以第8题答案选 I offer， 表示避免成为漂绿受害者的最佳方法是在比较小的公司的，而且这些公司是在地的公司，在一些比较小的在地公司购物，而且从这当中呢寻找零废弃选项的商店。紧接着请看第9题，空格前是 be 动词原形，表示祈使句要别人怎么做，后面需要接形容词，用上下文筛选，因此第9题的答案选 D wary 提防，表示消费者要提防绿色包装和所谓宣称纯天然、有机、可生物分解等这些流行语。最后第10题，消费者要做功课，小心注意自己所支持的企业。When 是副词连接词，连接前面 consumers need to 这个主要子句以及后面的副词子句。不过因为主词都是 consumers， 所以副词子句的主词省略了，后面的动词就必须做变化，加上 ing， 再以文意筛选。所以第10题选 G purchasing。 好，以上就是我们针对文意选填所做的题目讲解、解题讲解，谢谢大家。
That's it for today, everybody. Thanks for joining us, and make sure you come back and listen to our program again next time. From all of us here at English Digest, my name is Tom.
I'm Stephanie.
Goodbye.
Bye.